Thank you, Steve. How we doing, Harris County? How you feeling? Oh, it's good to be in Texas. It is good to be in Texas. Eat your heart out, Greg Abbott. Woo! Man. Listening to that lineup, I get why you say don't mess with Texas. But also don't poke the bear. Thank you, everybody, for... I love you, too. Thank you, guys. I came out here just to say those two words. Thank you. Thank you for being you. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for showing up not just for yourselves, for each other, for the state, our nation, and the world we're trying to build. Thank you. Thank you for not giving into cynicism. Thank you for not giving into the fear and the anxiety that fills so many people. Thank you for being the antidote to that. Thank you for stepping up. Thank you for stepping in. And thank you for inspiring a nation, Texas. Thank you for inspiring the state of California. Thank you for Proposition 50. Gene wasn't wrong. Gene wasn't wrong. You guys made this happen. You guys have awakened up our immune system. We're dealing with an invasive species by the name of Donald Trump. He is an historic president, however. Historically unpopular president. Under every key category. I mean, you can't even make this is hard to do. On every issue, on the economy, on tariffs, on immigration, on health care. Historically unpopular president. And he knows it. And he knows it. Why else? Why else did he make that call to your governor? Why else did he feel the need to rig the election before even one vote was cast? That's just weakness. Weakness masquerading as strength. That's Donald Trump. And he had a very bad night on Tuesday. Bad night. And he did because all of you. You're showing up. We talk that No Kings rally. You talk about patriotism. You talk about why the founding fathers lived and died. You talk about why we're all here. The best of the Roman Republic, best of Greek democracy, co-equal branches of government, popular sovereignty, the rule of law, not the rule of dawn. And it's dawning on people all across the United States of America what's at stake. And you put a stake in the ground. People are showing up. They don't believe in crowns, thrones, no kings. And people all across this country are waking up because you had the courage months ago. Gene, his colleagues, had the courage to step up at a time when we were desperate for leadership. We were. I say it all the time, it's not what happens to us, it's how we respond to what happens to us. And you responded. You didn't roll over and you didn't give in. You stepped up and you traveled, as Gene said, all across the United States of America, and you woke us up. You didn't just have your back here. You had our back in the state of California. We were looking for a fight, not only that we can win, but a fight worth fighting for. And that is why I'm here. But none of us are naive, are we? When I kicked off this campaign, we kicked off the Prop 50 campaign. It was at the Democracy Center in Little Tokyo in Los Angeles. That's the sacred site where we were interning and busing the Japanese. At that site, to kick off the campaign at the Democracy Center, what did Donald Trump do? He sent out his masked men. He sent out his secret police, Greg Bovino, sent them to intimidate us. And don't take my word for it, you can hear the federal judge's own words. This is a guy who believes that the oath of office he needs to take is to the dear leader, not the Constitution of the United States. Masked men showing up. Border Patrol, in ICE. You may have seen this, on Election Day in Los Angeles. Days after, I'll say it, the Los Angeles Dodgers won the World Series. I know. By the way, forgive me. Oh, hold on. Did you not listen to Al Green? I was the former mayor of San Francisco. That's harder for me than it is for you. Okay? Please. All right? I don't need to hear that. But just days later, what did he do? On Election Day, he sent 100 ICE and Border Patrol to assemble at Dodger Stadium, what they call the BORTAC units. These are the Border Tactical Units. This is what you're seeing all across the United States. This is what you're seeing almost nightly and daily in Chicago. Sent out to chill, to intimidate, so people wouldn't show up at the polls. But you know what was amazing? Did we show up? There were lines around the block 2 hours after polling had stopped because people wanted to be heard, not just seen. They wanted to send a message, which, as Jasmine said, was sent all across the United States of America. And she's absolutely right. It wasn't just New Jersey. It wasn't just Virginia. It was in Bucks County with a now Democratic district attorney, first time since 1800s. It was in Georgia. It was in Mississippi. It was all across this country. Donald Trump, and in Texas, as we heard from Representative Fletcher. He has waken up our immune system. Justice Brandeis, he said it best. Justice Brandeis said, in a democracy, the most important office is not governor. It's not president. In a democracy, the most important office is office of citizen. Active, not inert citizenship. We the people, you're showing up, you're stepping up, you're stepping in. And people are hearing your voices. And so I just, again, want to express gratitude. You've distilled a sense of well-being. You've given us hope. We're going to get through this. You've given us confidence. But as I said, we cannot rest until we take it back. There is no more important race in our lifetimes than the House of Representatives and taking back the House and getting Speaker Jeffries sworn in next November. It's the whole thing. It's the whole thing. It is. And so that starts today. It started on Tuesday. And I say this, the future is not just something to experience, it's not something to enjoy. The future is something to manifest. It's decisions, not conditions, that will determine our fate in future. The fact that you chose to be here is testament to that. We have agency. We can shape the future here in Texas. We can shape the future here all across the South and across the United States of America. You have that power. You do. Not Donald Trump. Not Donald Trump. Hardly. No. It's about all of us. By the way, anyone checked out my Patriot store? You been seen anything on Twitter that we're sending out lately? I'm just saying, if you haven't, you may want to check it out. And word to the wise, we do have, well, and forgive me, but we do have some knee pads. It's a signature series. They're sold out at the moment. The universities and all these law firms and members, certain media organizations, I figured they can use these. Let's keep our eyes wide open to what's at stake and what's going on in the United States of America. These guys want to roll back all the hard-earned progress of last century. They want to put America in reverse. They want to bring us back to a pre-1960s, maybe 1860s world. And you're seeing it not just on voting rights. You're seeing it on civil rights. You're seeing it on women's rights. You're seeing it on LGBTQ rights. We're experiencing it in real time. They're censoring historic facts. They're rewriting history. They're on a banning binge, Bud Light and Big Bird. The United States of America in 2025. And so as we enter, I'll close, on 2026, the 250th anniversary of our founding fathers. Let's restore not just hope and optimism, but let's also stand up as we take back the house. Let's stand up. Let's stand up to those that have been humiliated, those that feel bullied, those that are afraid and scared. Let's stand up for those that have given up, and let's give them hope. Let's stand up for the rule of law. Let's stand up for a system of checks and balances, and let's stand up for our democracy, for all of us. Thank you, Texas. Thank you, Harris County Dems. Thank you, guys.